Dun 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 dun. Tanganangananganang. 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 You mean I'm gonna see where I live? I'm gonna see myself as an old man? No, Marty. That could result in... Great Scott! Books used to have these to protect the covers. I didn't invent a time machine to win at gambling. I invented a time machine to travel through time. It's my fault. The whole thing's my fault. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I haven't talked about how old Marty, 2015 Marty, destroys his family's future. Welcome! I am Emir, and let's travel back through time. We see Marty's family, and it's not a happy sight. 1. Hilldale is a rough community. Nothing but a breeding ground for Tranks, Lobos, and Zipheads. Yeah, they ought to tear this whole place down. Tranks, Lobos, and Zipheads. More words to include in my vocabulary then. 2. The house is on lithium mode on? Does that mean everyone's high on something? 3. Marty's children aren't even talking to their dad during dinner time. Trust me, that's not a good sign. I wish I could go further, but... Look, I already broke down on my show before. You can go watch that video if you want to see me broken. I'm not going to be deleting that video. I'm actually proud of that. But I'm not comfortable to break down again. Besides, I already explained this family matter in another video. Where were we? Okay, Marty's children just stick to their Google glasses. Remember that? Google Glass? Come on! Laugh with me! Hehe. 4th, Marty and Jennifer, 2015 Marty and Jennifer, aren't getting along. They're like a couple of teenagers. 5th, they're eating Graham crackers as snacks. Dude, no wonder your family's messed up. You're wasting perfectly good Graham crackers. Those go better in cheesecakes. Now I want a blueberry Graham crackers cheesecake. The only one who seems happy in all of this is George McFly. And he's not even the original George McFly. Doc orders Marty to guard the time machine so he doesn't encounter his future self. Marty doesn't do a good job though. Hey, to be fair, I'd be distracted too. After all, that thing is new. Didn't even exist in our 2015. Jennifer, 1985 Jennifer, sees 2015 Marty talking to Needles. Her reaction? Needles? Ha 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 ha. That's also my reaction to this scene. Who's Needles? He doesn't appear in part 1. This is the first time he appears. 1985 Jennifer then finds a way to get out of her, let's face it, terrible future. But not before seeing her older self. Oh great, she's useless again. Doc rants about the need to destroy the time machine and foreshadows the story to part 3. Seriously, Doc? You're blaming Jennifer for this? Okay, 1. The Bobs. No, I mean Doc. He didn't have to bring 1985 Marty and Jennifer along to 2015. You could have just told them what's up. Or, write them a letter. In 30 years, your son will get in trouble. Please take whatever precautions are necessary to prevent this terrible disaster. Man, the Bobs, I mean Doc, acted impulsively when they wrote the ending to part 1, huh? I mean when Doc went back to 1985 and told Marty to go with him to 2015. Hey, that's what happens if you did not think about a sequel to begin with, but your movie becomes the highest grossing film of 1985. With those numbers, a sequel was bound to happen. Okay, actually, I cannot verify that fact. nowhere do the Bobs mention that the sequel was not initially planned. Citation needed. I watched the source cited. Bob Gale just said, and I quote, Universal said, okay, we want to do a sequel. Will you guys do a sequel? And we said, well, if Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd will sign on for a sequel, yes, we'll do a sequel. Maybe reading between the lines. But neither Bob expressly said that they did not think about making a sequel when they shot and wrote the ending of Part 1. Okay, back to Part 2. Doc eventually finds out why 1985 has become messed up by breaking into a library. Classic Doc. Marty finds out from Biff. Alternate 1985 Biff? Yeah, no comment. Biff tells Marty when he got the almanac. He's not too bright, is he? Just the stereotypical villain who reveals his plans even if he has no reason to. I shouldn't be surprised though, since Biff didn't even do his own homework in high school. Or maybe he just wanted to gloat about how he got rich, but never had the chance to. Maybe he's just lonely. Don't get me wrong though, being lonely is never an excuse to be a bojo, lobo, or ziphead, or to be a terrible person. Biff becomes the first Tannen to be the victim of a plate, or is he the second? The incident with Buford happened 100 years earlier, in 1885. But in Part 2, Marty and Doc haven't ended up yet in the Old West. So is Biff the first or the second? Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Marty ends up on the rooftop of Biff's hotel and casino. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Is this the end? Do Doc and Marty save 1985? Is there no escape from this reality? Where, when must the time-traveling duo go back to? Will Marty get the almanac or ooh la la! Ooh la la! How does Doc end up in the Old West? Check the movie for yourself. I hope you enjoy it. Just some more bits of trivia. That guy saying, did you just take that guy's wallet? Is Mr. Lawler from That's So Raven. You know, the guy who spits a lot. No wonder schools shut down. Social distancing is impossible with this teacher. He becomes principal later on. What does this have to do with Back to the Future Part 2? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But when will I ever get the chance to point out that bizarre fact? Next, Johnny B. Goode is longer in this movie, with 2 guitar solos, and not just one. I forgot this scene even existed. I wonder why. Oh wait, now I remember. I played Johnny B. Goode on a broom. Yes, a broom. There's this video, thank goodness, not of me, from the late 2000s, early 2010s, which perfectly synchronizes the Johnny B. Goode scenes from the 2 movies. It's gone now. A shame. It was really good. The other videos currently on YouTube are not that precise. Lastly, Doc, 1985 Doc, wisely decided not to land because of the Hill Valley storm. As any good pilot should. Never take off nor land on bad weather, kids. This has been your history lesson. What did I think of Back to the Future Part 2? It has a good message. We must caution ourselves against greed. That's not a lesson that applies only to time travelers. Don't be selfish. We won't be able to bring our wealth with us when we die. It's not as profound as Part 3's lesson, but it's still a good message. I like the direction Part 2 took in the 3rd act. The stakes are higher in this movie than in Part 3. In that last movie, Marty and Doc just have to avoid being shot by Buford Tannen. Here, they have to make sure that they do not undo the progress made in part 1. Of course, the unintentional effect is nostalgia baiting for the first movie, which was a nostalgia bait for the 50s. Nostalgia baitingception. I know I'm too late for that meme. 10 years too late. Nah. The stakes in part 2, as completed, are higher than in the first draft Bob Gale made, not the Paradox script, where, when the time-traveling duo must go to 1967. I like how part 2 is fast-paced. I could feel the sense of urgency confronting the main characters. The payoff at the end is satisfying, though I didn't think Biff, 1955 Biff, teenage Biff, could be so murderous. I get alternate 1985 Biff, but 1955 Biff, he's an asshole! I like seeing this movie's vision of 2015. It's dated now, but it's still visually interesting. It's something to aspire for. I still hope that hoverboards, self-drying jackets, and dust-repellent paper are invented. But the 2015 that we got, our interconnected digital world with our devices, is not so bad. How does part 2 hold up against part 3? I was hoping that I would have an opinion that's different from everyone else's. But no, today I go with the flow. Part 2 does not have the heart of part 3. I love part 3, but I don't love part 2. I think it's obvious from this review. I've had a lot of sidetracks while discussing the main story. I'm as distracted as Robert Zemeckis was when he was making this movie. I just don't have much to say about it. But I still like it. Maybe I'll watch parts 2 and 3 back to back. Or part 2 as it is. Or the videos putting the scenes from parts 1 and 2 back to back. I love part 3. I like part 2. But what about part 1? Oh boy, there's no escape, is there? Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified of my latest videos. Please support me on Patreon, like the good people whose names appear on the right. And comment below what you thought of Back to the Future Part 2 and of my review. And now I'm off to 1985. No, not really. Wish I could though. No, not because I want to live in the 80s. Why are we romanticizing this decade so much? See you later. Or earlier. Than Jennifer did. Yeah, there's no beating that. Even in part 3, Marty comments and rebuffs Griff and his gang, and rebuffs Griff. Why do I sound like SpongeBob? Why do I sound like SpongeBob? Of course, that was before they had dust repellent paper. That would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum. That would unravel the very fabric of the time-space continuum. Marty doesn't do a good job though. Whose needles? When they wrote the ending to part 1, huh? Hey, that's what happens if you did. Hey, but neither Bob expressly said. I could feel the sense of urgency confronting the main characters. I could feel the sense of energy. I could... Marty flees. He flees. Marty flees. He flees. Marty flees. Excuse me. Please support me on Patreon. Like the people whose good names appear on the right. Like the good people whose names appear on the right.